Hey, what is up guys and welcome back to the FCS Football channel. Today we are back with another match preview, this time for Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. What will of course be Ralf Rangnick's first game in charge of Manchester United. Now of course we will be doing a watch on for this game. That will be tomorrow. Stream will start at 1:30 for a 2 o'clock kickoff. So, where do both teams sit in the league coming into this game? So Manchester United, of course, sits 7th in the Premier League, while Crystal Palace are in 11th. Manchester United, of course, we won our last game against Arsenal, just about beating them 3-2, meaning we come into this game having picked up 7 points from our last 15. Crystal Palace have also picked up 7 points from their last 15. However, they did lose their last game 1-0 to what has been a very underwhelming Leeds side this season. Although they are starting to get quite a few of their players back in the likes of Rafinha. But look, we're not here to talk about Leeds. We're here to talk about Crystal Palace. And how did we do against Crystal Palace last season? Well, of course, opening day of last season, we did lose to them 3-1. Wilfried Zaha scoring twice and Andros Townsend scoring the once. Although Donny van der Beek did score on his debut, we of course know Donny van der Beek didn't see much game time after that goal, for some reason. And then in the second game, we probably saw the worst game I think I've probably watched in a long time as a Manchester United fan. Drawing 0-0 in what was the most boring game of football I've ever seen. Our only shot on target was Nemanja Matic from the edge of the box. That goes to show how shambolic we were in that game. But Ralf Rangnick's here now, isn't he? Having been officially now appointed as interim manager, he's finally and officially taken over from Michael Carrick, who's obviously now left the club permanently. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Now, I think it is important to kind of caveat this game in saying, don't expect instant like that. We're gonna be looking very different. Realistically, from the players that played against Arsenal, they've had one training session with Ralf. We will see an improvement, I feel, but it won't be instant. It won't be like that. We have to be a bit patient. And look, it will come. We will improve, of course. But just be a little bit patient, because we can't instantly just expect awful football to go into this high-pressing style, because we've not been that at all for the last 7 years. But moving on to team news, Crystal Palace are missing 2 defenders. Joachim Andersen, obviously very good ball-playing centre-back. He signed this year for them from, I believe it was Lyon, having been on loan at Fulham last season. He's a big miss for them, as is Joel Ward at right-back, who's been fantastic this season for them. Although, look, I think Nathaniel Klein still plays for him, so he could deputise and coming into right-back, and that's probably what we'll see. But he's not as good as Joel Ward. Of course, Crystal Palace this season are trying to be a lot more, passing through the lines, play the right way sort of football. And I really do like that front line of Eze, sometimes Eze, Elise, Zaha, whether it's Benteke or Odsonne Edouard. I think it's a very vibrant attack. I think Conor Gallagher in midfield is fantastic. I think they really are a bit of a surprise package this season. I think we came into the season not really knowing what to expect of Crystal Palace. I think we've been shown that they are a good team. And it's much better to see this type of Palace and this type of football from Palace than what we used to see under Roy Hodgson and past managers, where it's kind of more defensively rock solid. Attempt to be defensive rock solid. Go a bit more direct, or give it to your star man in Zaha, who, let's hope he creates a bit of magic. That's not really what this Crystal Palace team are all about anymore. So, in that sense, it's going to be harder to stop Crystal Palace from a Manchester United perspective, but it'll be a much better watch for the neutral. Manchester United, when we look at our team news, of course, we know we've got a lot of players out. Pogba is, of course, got his thigh injury still. Cavani, we're not sure if he's match fit. That could be said about Nemanja Matic and Luke Shaw, who all missed out against Arsenal. Varane, we know he's injured with his hamstring injury. But apart from that, we look like we're going to be full strength. Of course, Wan-Bissaka missed out against that in that Arsenal game due to his, what was a hand injury, which I thought was absolutely stupid that he missed out because of a hand injury. But I'd imagine he'll be back for this game. And with that all being said, what do I think, or how do I think Ralf Rangnick will line up in his first game as Manchester United interim manager. I've gone with this. Now, I'll be honest. I don't know loads and loads about Ralf Rangnick. So I've kind of just gone off just a bit of personal opinion and what I've seen out online and what people who probably know a little bit more about Ralf Rangnick have said. So that's why I've gone with this formation. I feel like I've seen this formation everywhere. This is, of course, what he used to play with his Leipzig team. Obviously, with Poulsen and Timo Werner up top. Obviously, we're not Leipzig, but I feel like this might be the formation he does run with. I think we've got players that can play this sort of system. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see. So, in goal, David De Gea. David De Gea, fantastic. Obviously, slightly unfortunate with the goal against Arsenal. Fred injuring him, going down. Referee should have stopped play before the shot. But obviously, once the shot has been taken and the ball goes in the back of the net, the goal has to stand. Dalot obviously started against Arsenal. I have a feeling Wan-Bissaka will just be one of them players that everyone expected Ralf Rangnick to get rid of Expo and be like, you're not good enough, you're not going to play in our system. Something inside me tells me Wan-Bissaka is just going to be one of them players that goes against the odds and becomes a star under Ralf Rangnick. So I've gone for him at right back. Lindelof and Maguire will probably start. Both good at playing out from the back. While that's not specifically what Ralf Rangnick likes to do and tries to do, he tries to get it forward as quickly as possible. I think he will go with these two, considering they have already that developed partnership. Alex Telles at left back. I don't think Luke Shaw will be back. If he is, does he deserve to come straight back in? I'm not sure. I think Telles has been in fairly decent run, and I quite like Alex Telles at the moment. So I would keep him in. Plus, I don't think Luke Shaw's been great this season, so it's fair to give Telles a little bit of a run out and not take him straight out as soon as Luke Shaw gets back fit. In that double pivot, I think he'll go with Fred and Van der Beek. I think he likes pressing, he likes players that are good on the ball and brings that high intensity. I think Fred and Van der Beek can do that and does that. Van der Beek, very good passing range. Fred, we know he likes to press effortlessly, and that's what Manchester United and Ralf Rangnick wants to do. They want to press high. As Ralf Rangnick has said, you don't press a little, you either press or you don't press. And Manchester United will look to press. On this left-hand side, I have gone for Bruno Fernandes. While he is on that left-hand side, I think he'll play a similar role to what we see from Emil Forsberg and Marcel Sabitzer. As while they are playing as that left winger, he will come in side, and you'll see Alex Telles really getting forward a lot more, kind of being that winger while Bruno Fernandes can kind of take that central role. Jadon Sancho out on the right. He's undroppable at the moment. I think he is making that right-hand side his own. He has to play for me. And I think he will play under Ralf Rangnick. Ralf Rangnick has already expressed his love for Jadon Sancho and how good of a player he believes Sancho to be. I don't see him getting dropped for this game. Then up top, Cristiano Ronaldo will start up top undoubtedly for me. You don't drop Cristiano Ronaldo. And I do think he can press. Ralf Rangnick said he's so fit for his age. I don't see him getting dropped. And I just fancy him to start Mason Greenwood up top alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know why, I just fancy him to do so. So that is why I've gone for this lineup. For me, this is what I've gone for. I've stuck with a 4-2-3-1. Like I've said so many times, I just feel like that best suits this group of players. So David De Gea in goal. Same back four as I think Ralf Rangnick will go with. Double pivot, I've gone for Matic and Van der Beek. I'm not sure how well Matic suits this pressing system. However, like I said, I'm not sure how instant this change to this pressing system will work. So maybe you do have someone like a Matic who can hold the midfield and allow Van der Beek to press, Bruno to press, Sancho, Martial, Ronaldo to press, but you still have that base in midfield. Look, I don't doubt Matic can press, but maybe it isn't as good in the press as a Fred. We've seen this double pivot work so many times. Watford, I remember Van der Beek comes on alongside Matic, fantastic. Last season, we saw this pivot at the end of last season against Leicester, and they were fantastic against Wolves, fantastic. I keep wanting to see more of it in the Premier League. We're not seeing that. I hope we will see that today. I've gone for Martial on the left. I think this is a great opportunity for Martial. I don't think Rashford's playing well at all. Martial, I think he's playing well when he is playing. And under this new manager, I think we could see Martial really break into his own. I feel like under Mourinho and under Louis van Gaal, he was shown, well, under Van Gaal, a quality coach, he was fantastic. Under Mourinho, we knew Mourinho didn't really like to work with youngsters. Him and Rashford were constantly chopping and changing, so none of them really got a run in the team. Ollie made him a striker, and then obviously the coaching just wasn't there to make him step up. He bulked up and weren't really coached how to use this size to his advantage as much. And I think we saw him go off the ball a little bit last season. And I think under Ralf Rangnick, we can see him really get back to his best because he is still a quality player. And we've seen that in glimpses this season. So I've gone for Martial on the left. I think, like I said, all of them things, like I just said. I think he also brings goals, creativity. His hold-up play is second to none. Martial on that left-hand side for me all day long. Sancho, like I said when I was talking about Rangnick's team, undroppable at the moment. Sancho is in fantastic form. He has to play. I think he will. Bruno at 10 and Cristiano Ronaldo up top. I think enough has been said about them two in the past. I don't think I have to go over it anymore. And then finally, just on this game and the magnitude of this game. It's a huge one, isn't it? Ralf Rangnick's first game in charge. He will want to get off to a bang with a win. Crystal Palace, you have to respect them. They've done very well this season. They've gone under the radar a little bit of how well they're done and the football they're playing. I've been very, very impressed with what Patrick Vieira has done. And I think if United aren't at their best, Crystal Palace can and will get something from this game. They've beaten Man City already this season. So they're not afraid to go out and beat the big team. They're going to press us. How well we'll be able to counteract that press, we'll have to wait and see, because we know against teams like Southampton in the past, we've struggled up against a really high and heavy press. Crystal Palace will try and do that to us. Whether Ralf Rangnick and this team has developed to stop that, we'll have to wait and find out. Like I said, it's going to be a difficult game, but I do think Manchester United can win it, and I think we will win it. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Now, if you have enjoyed this match preview, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.